Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chinyere. If you haven't seen me before, what's popping? Today's video is going to be a double or a two-in-one video. First of all, I'm going to show you guys how I take myself from looking like this to that gorgeous picture you're seeing on the thumbnail, and then I'm going to answer a couple of questions. So about 2 hours ago, I threw out a question box and I asked people on my Instagram to ask me questions that had to do with marriage or my marriage, and I've gotten quite a number of questions that I feel will be good enough for this video. I have a good amount of questions anyway, and I'm sure as I'm filming, more questions will be coming in. So I'm going to first of all just run you guys through what I will call my Valentine kind of makeup, what I would love to wear if I'm going out on Valentine's Day. So let's start. So I'm done with my makeup. So the one I use for the perimeter of my lips is from Black Opal. It's even here. It's their lip color stick and it's in Vicious. If you guys remember when I went for the Black Opal event, they gave us a bunch of these. So this is what I use when I'm lining around. This is the color I use when I'm lining my lips with red. Any red lipstick at all. This is the kind of color I use. I use a dark purple. The red lipstick I use is a mixture of this one from Adventure Makeup, and this thing sells for 500 naira, but then when I use this alone, it has like an orange tint, so I don't really like it alone. But this is what it looks like. It's from Adventure Makeup. It's called Pepper. And then this is my favorite red lipstick of all time. I haven't found it to buy, so I'm still scraping the bottle. But this one is from Jordana. It's their Sweet Cream Matte lip color in Cherry Cobbler. This is the best red lipstick I've used in my entire life. I love it. It's not too drying. It's not even drying like that. So I mixed it with this one from Adventure Makeup, and that's how I came up with this. And then this Black Opal lip crayon or lip color stick, whatever. But this thing is bomb. If you find it anywhere, please buy it and buy one for me too. So I'm going to go over to my hair. So my hair is just packed in a bun. I'm going to wear my stocking cap. So the hair I'm going to wear today is from Be Stresses, and Be Stresses is a hair brand. The white is probably going to wash me out now, but then Be Stresses is a hair brand here in Nigeria, and they deal in 100% raw hair. They also do hair coloring, wig services, and they're based in Nigeria, like I said before, so you don't have to be scared of shipping. The quality of their hair is beautiful. I'm going to show you guys this hair that I'm going to wear. So this is how it came in this very cute bag, and then it came in another bag. So it just has my name and my address, and then the name of the wig. I don't have a wig of this color, so I was excited to try this one. So this is what the wig looks like. It came like this. It came curled already. Can you guys look at how oh my god, look at how vibrant this thing is on camera. I don't know what I was trying to do. I was trying to curl the front of this hair. Like, I should have just left it the way it came. But then look at the color of this hair. Can you see the color? I'm so bad with curling hair. I should have curled this hair, but I'm just going to wear it the way it came so you guys can see. This is exactly how it came. Maybe curlier than this because I've brushed it a few times when I was trying it. But then yeah, let's just wear this wig. So this is what it would look like if I decide to wear it as a center part, and I don't think I like it as a center part, so I'm going to make it a side part. So I didn't have to do so much to this hair. This is exactly how the hair came. I can probably curl it a little bit more, you know, just to get a different kind of wave, but then this is basically how the hair came, apart from when I tried to curl the front yesterday, and I think I messed it up trying to curl the front. But then you guys can see how bouncy this hair is, and look at the beautiful highlights. Just oh my god. So initially when I got this hair and I wore it, I just knew that the hair looked a little bit too much. Let me explain why. Because when I wore the hair, I know that this is not hair I would wear with jeans and just go out casually. You know the way you wear a bob wig or a curly wig or like a kinky curly wig. This is the kind of hair that you wear where you want to get dressed up and you want to go glam and you want to go all out. This is the kind of hair that you would wear, and it's so classy. The curls are so grown. I don't know, it is very, very beautiful. I love it. This is not hair for sneakers. This is not hair for flat sandals. This is hair for high heels and then a beautiful dress. I hope you will be able to focus on the video instead of just focusing on my face, but it's okay. That's the whole idea, so you guys can be admiring my face while we're talking and while I'm answering all these questions. So I'm going to start from the very first one. So the very first one is Valentine. I don't know if I should call the names. I think some people sent me personal questions, so when I get there I might not call their names because I feel like they want to be private. So Matachi.a said, is Valentine a thing in your relationship or is it just a random day for you guys? Valentine is a very random day. I don't think We've never even exchanged gifts on Valentine's Day, have we? Okay, I think he gave me money years ago, maybe earlier on in our marriage, but then that was it. P__ affection says, how do you deal with an annoying partner? I mean, we all deal with annoying partners. For me, if my husband is being annoying, I can as well just stay on my own till I feel like I'm ready to talk to him again. You know, there are just different ways of dealing with these things. First of all, communicate, address the issue at hand. If it's something that you've addressed, you feel like you're not still satisfied, I will personally just stay away for a bit until I get over it, and then life can go back to normal. Stephanie Claire said, what do you think about putting your partner first in marriage? I mean, because in a case where you have a husband, you have children, how do you put your partner first? You know, I think the best thing to always do when you're in relationships or in a marriage is always to put yourself first. First of all, your feelings are important. First, when you put yourself first, you're able to address how you feel about certain issues, and with that, you're able to also take into consideration how that person feels. Because when you consider yourself and the way you feel about certain issues, your emotional health, your emotional well-being, I feel like it's very normal to also somehow put that person, you know, into consideration. So the things that you would not want to affect you, you would also not want to affect your partner. The things that you would not want your partner to do to you because of how you would feel, you won't want to do to them. So I think at the end of the day, for me, it still boils down to putting yourself first, and that's the only way you'll be able to treat other people accordingly. So Tabitha's Beauty _ said, how did you know your husband was the one, and what made you marry him at a very young age? Because I'm sure you guys are way far from how you started. And how did you resolve conflicts and misunderstandings then? So at 21, would you really say I knew he was the one? I don't think I'll say I knew he was the one. I think I just found someone that loved me, someone I loved, someone that really loved me, someone that shared the same values with me, and we felt that we could be together, we felt that we could thrive together. I don't know what it is when you find the one. How do you know the person is the one? I just feel there are people you would come across, you know, that you guys can do this together, you guys can go on this journey together. And Bumi Books says, at what age did you get married? I got married at 21, so that's almost 10 years ago. Yeah, almost 10 years ago. What is your take on age gap marriages? So I feel like it can work. It's an individual thing, it's not an age thing. I knew that I always wanted someone that wasn't just way older, but also was young at heart, if that makes sense. I didn't want someone that would carry old man attitude up and down. Because of right now, when I tell my husband that he behaves like an old man, there's some things he does, and then if I want him to be pissed, like if I want to annoy him, I want to get on his nerves, I just tell him you behave like an old man. And I think for a split second he thinks of the age gap, and then he's like, why would you say I behave like an old man? So I definitely didn't want someone that, you know, wasn't young enough to be able to involve himself in some of the things that I'll be interested in doing. Nello says, what is the worst fight you ever had, and also how do you resolve conflict? The major things we fight about is usually it has to be either sex or money, like finances. So most times we're like, you know, on each other's nerves about, oh, why did you buy this? You shouldn't have done this, you shouldn't have done that, we should have done this instead. And then when it comes to sex, I think it's something that a lot of women also experience in marriages. The fact that with women and men, our bodies are so different, and then one party is asking for sex more than the other wants to give, and you know, being a mother and then being occupied, sometimes you're just not in the mood, but then the other person is, you know, sometimes it causes, you know, arguments here and there. But then, you know, at the end of the day, how do we resolve conflict? I feel like we get better as the years go by. Initially, or you know, earlier on in the years, we can just carry face and just be carrying face, and then when one person is tired, the person calls the other person and is like, okay, sit down, let's talk about this. But right now we try not to let our arguments get too intense, and I think I started noticing it with him before I started doing it. So when we argue, we try so hard not to let our arguments get intense. You know, you're throwing out the the words that you want to say, but then you're trying not to hit a nerve. You're trying not to get to that point where the other person takes serious offense. So you want to argue in a way that the next minute the person can still talk to you, or the person can still laugh with you. So that's how we've tried to get our arguments going, because at the end of the day you still argue. You can't run away from arguments, but then it's just what the nature of the argument is like, how the argument comes about. So that has been it. But then when it comes to conflict resolving, usually it's just one person. There's even nobody in particular. Sometimes it's the offendee, sometimes it's the offender. One person will just call the other person to sit down and talk. Usually I can carry my face for a long time. I can keep malice for a long time. Sometimes I'm like, you know what, I'm just done. I don't want to argue. Because the truth is that if you keep on arguing, different things will pass you by. Things will be happening in his life that he will not be letting you know about. Things will be happening with me that I won't be letting him know about, and I probably want to share with someone, and he's the closest person I want to share with. So in most cases, it's like, why let this argument stay for this long? Let's just settle it and then go back to the way things were. So yeah. Someone said, do you think age matters in a marriage? Can a woman marry a man she's older than? I feel yes. I mean, people need to open up their minds. Open your mind. This is not 1970 bang bang. Open up your mind. Yes, I think it can work when a woman is older than a man. For me, anything is possible. It can work. It's still an individual thing. I know that it's not something that people accept very easily, especially in this part of the world. People will definitely raise their brows at it, but I think it's something that can actually work if the two people involved are not too focused on their ages and are more focused on their relationship. Adeze Beauty _ said, looking back, was there anything you would have changed or done differently? The only thing I would have changed, looking back, is I would have loved to be financially independent before I got married. I feel like sometimes when you go into a marriage and you go in fully expecting to be taken care of, there are times that person might not have the capabilities or have the funds or have the means to even do exactly what you want. And times like that, you would feel so down, you might be angry, and you just be pissed because you feel like that person is not meeting up to expectations. So when it comes to financial independence, I feel like that's the one thing that no woman should experience, not being financially independent. A lot of women who go into marriages financially independent have bigger possibilities of staying financially independent, because somehow they would find a way to make it work, except if their husbands and them come to a conclusion that, okay, I need you to stay home and take care of the children or take care of the baby and all of that. But then in most cases, you find that women who get married and were working or doing business, most of them find it very difficult to drop those businesses or drop those jobs. Do you go ahead with a marriage when your in-laws don't like you? First of all, I feel like that's a very uncomfortable situation, because I know that there are situations where you find a man that wants to marry you will tell you, oh, my mom doesn't like you, my siblings don't like you, and it's okay, I'm in love with you. But the truth is that, is he going to cut off those family members? Is he cutting them off? Because if he's still going to be in contact with them, if he's still relating with them and they don't like you, then that's a problem. But then again, you need to feel comfortable around them, because they are not going anywhere. They are his family. So it's something that he would have to discuss with them, because if they are going to be at the wedding, then what's the point of you being at the wedding of someone you don't like? So I think it's something you have to discuss with the man, and he has to have a discussion with his family, and they just need to have a heart-to-heart discussion, because at the end of the day, you're the one that is going to be very uncomfortable around them, and it's not a good feeling. It's not going to be a good feeling at all. So it's something that needs to be sorted out before you get married to that person. So someone said, I'm not going to mention her name because I feel like she might want this to be personal, or she might not want me to mention her name. So she said, I have a boyfriend who wants to marry me, and yes, he has 80% of what I want in a man, but I have an elder sister who is refusing that I marry before her. I don't know what to do. I've asked my older sister to help me talk to her, but she still refuses. What do you advise I do? Someone advised I get pregnant for him. In that case, she wouldn't have a choice. So first of all, I don't know where, because she bears an Igbo name, so I'm guessing she's Igbo. First of all, I don't know where an older sister has to have a say when someone is getting married. If you're getting married, I mean, the man's family are supposed to come and meet your family. Have your family refused to let him do the necessary things? Have they refused him from doing the necessary marital rights? First, that's the first thing. Secondly, I don't know why it is a problem for someone to let her sister get married before her. I mean, oh, please. Marriage is not an age thing. It's not an age thing. We're all on different journeys. We're all, you know, on different paths. So if your younger sister finds a man and she's ready to get married to them, I might not be happy for her, and you know, let her go ahead. She's supposed to hold her life, pause her life, because you've not found a man to marry. Honestly, in this situation, I don't know. You love the man is ready to get married. I don't know what is stopping you. Your sister is not. Is your sister in charge of the collection of the bride price? Is she in charge of the arrangement of the introduction or the marriage ceremony? Because if this is a personal discussion that she has had with you, then I think you should throw it open to the family members and let them hear what she has to say. If they are wise enough, it's not something that should stop your marriage from going on. It doesn't even make sense at all. So if it's something that you guys have been discussing, throw it open to your parents, your in-laws, throw it open to your parents and your family members, you know, your father's kinsmen or your family people anyway, the people who are going to be in charge of the marital rights and everything. Let them know about it, because I mean, it doesn't make sense. And I don't know if you come from a family that doesn't let that happen. I'm guessing there might be some families who will not let younger ones get married before older ones. So if that's kind of family you come from, I don't know. But then if it's not, then you need to let the family members know. Someone said, I have a baby and I doubt if it's ever possible I'll get married. I mean, no man wants to be with a single mom. Also send my kisses to Asa. Sis, open your mind to the possibilities. Anything is possible. Please, you people are limiting yourself, okay? You have a baby, you do not care anybody. There are people who have 3 children. I mean, recently an actress that has 3 children just got engaged again. So who told you it is impossible? The thing about things like this is that because of the way you're thinking it, because you're feeling like it's impossible, even when the man is in front of you, even when that person is in front of you, you won't even realize it, because you've put up this wall where you feel like nobody would even want to come through because you have a child. So first of all, take your mind off that. Anything is possible. You have a child. Have faith that you would find a man that would love and respect you and love your child as well. I mean, things are happening. I don't know why would you have one child and feeling. I know that it's not something that happens very often. It's something that even if a man says he wants to get married to a woman like that, his family will probably frown at it. His family may frown at it. People will talk, but then it's something that still happens. It's very, very possible today. People get married to people that have multiple children from other marriages or from just being single mothers. People get married. So please open up your hearts to it. It can happen. Obodo Ekwe Florence said, has weight gain ever been an issue between you and hubby? Not to my knowledge. In the almost 10 years of us being married, not to my knowledge. Changing up my lifestyle was totally my decision, completely my decision, every single bit. In fact, I mentioned in one of my vlogs that my husband didn't even know I was going to take it this serious until I asked him to stop over at the gym. So it's never been an issue for us. At least he hasn't told me anyway. Adora97 says, what's something you wish you did before marriage? Which I've answered. I wish I was financially independent. Do you get fed up of your partner sometimes, and how do you deal with it? I get fed up of my partner a lot of times, but the truth is that's where individuality comes in. There are times when, for my husband, he has never been the kind of person that will say, oh, I want to be on my own, I just want my own space. No, my husband's not that kind of person at all. I'm the person that will just want to be on my own. I want my own space. I don't want to talk to you. I just want to do my thing. And most times if I'm pissed or whatever, I have other things to bury myself into. I have other things to do. I have jobs to do. I have, you know, things to do to just, you know, keep me going. And I think that's the reason why people would always say women should always find something that they can throw themselves into. Or I'm not saying throw yourself into to the point that you ignore other parts of your life, or you let some other parts of your life, your relationship suffer, but just something that can kind of get your mind off things once in a while before you're fully ready to address that situation. So for me, I just usually need my space, and that happens a lot, honestly. Even if I'm not even arguing, sometimes I just need my space. And I think there's always a misconception, because my husband will feel that sometimes I push him away and then I don't do the same for the children. But the truth is that you really can't push your children away. They are children, they don't know what's going on. They are so oblivious of the fact that you're going through something. So no matter what, they would always come around because they need you to attend to them. But then I have to push myself to be there for the girls, and when it gets to him, I'm like, nah, I don't want to talk, you know. So that happens a lot. Ewalola_sticky said, my question is that should I marry someone that I already love or someone that is ready? Nello and Adeze address this issue. People should go watch their video, because I just started Nello's video this morning, so I haven't watched the video entirely, and I haven't even watched Adeze's video, but I've downloaded it already. But in my own opinion, I mean, why can't you find the two of them? Someone that is ready and someone that you already love. There will be situations where you would find someone that fits into, you know, your idea of a life partner and might be ready, might not be that person that you love. And then you know what you want, and you found that thing you want in someone else who is ready, and you feel that you can be with that person. A lot of marriages work like that. So I know that a lot of people don't even get married to someone that they love, but someone who is ready, who understands them, who is able to compromise for them, who is there for them, and just who they can live with and who they can thrive with, like I said earlier. Someone said, Windy does gold said, is it true that love is important but not enough in marriage? Love is important but not enough in a marriage. There's so much more to marriage. Like, it's very easy to look at weddings. Like, weddings are beautiful, honestly. Weddings just show you love in its entirety. Love that looks like it's in its purest form. When you see the couple, you know, the husband and wife coming in, all that you're saying is love. But you see, when they go into that thing called marriage, that's when all the into will come out. That's when everything comes out. That's when everybody dirty pants will show. There's no love at that point. There's compatibility, there is understanding, there is the ability to endure. There's just so much more that, you know, that you need in marriage. With love, there's endurance, there's compassion, there is patience, and all of this. Like, all of these come from love, you know. But then there are some other qualities that you would need that you might not be able to find in love. I don't know, that you might not be able to pull out of love, that will need to just stand on its own. So I think that's where the whole idea of love is not enough in a marriage, but it's important. Someone said, what do you say about getting married young? I got married young and I regret it. Marriage is a partnership. If the two of you want it to work, it would work. But then one person cannot be giving 20% and one person is giving 100%. It has to be balanced. The two of you have to fully want it and fully go for it together. I got married at 21, and at 21 I felt like I knew a lot. Now looking back, I have realized that I did not know anything. I didn't even know myself. Like, I felt at that point in my life, I felt like I was grown enough. I could make certain decisions about my life. But years going down the line, 10 years after that, I'm a completely different person from who I was. So I can understand why sometimes you feel that getting married young, people feel that getting married young might not be the best thing to do. When the years are going by with women and men, for women it's such a drastic change. So many things happen with your body, with hormones, your confidence. That can have a huge impact in a marriage, because some men don't understand where you're coming from. So you find that a lot of men get married feeling that that person they are seeing today is the person that she's going to continue being, and that's the one mistake men make when it comes to marriage. But unfortunately, people don't school men on how to get married. People don't school men on what to do when they're getting married, when they're looking for a wife. I remember reading something, and I can't remember it word for word, but I know that they said something like, when you get married to someone, you're getting married to who they are right now and who they would be, you know, something like that. So that person you're getting married to might be like this today and might not be like this tomorrow. You know, basically you guys have to evolve together. As the person is changing, you are also adapting to that change. That's the last question. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please, with all of these questions I've answered, if you have any opinions and if you want to help some people that asked some of the questions, please leave them in the comments below. I will see you in my next video. Bye.
We used to